Claude is canceling one of my subscriptions for me right now. And it just hit the one thing that breaks every AI agent, and that's a login screen. Now, normally this is where I'd have to take over, or even worse, paste my password directly into a chat with AI. Now, instead, watch this. With one tap, one password can fill in my password, and Claude never sees the information, not even one time. Now, this is one password for Claude, and I think it's the first real answer that I've seen to the biggest problem with AI agents, which is accessing your credentials. Anyways, in this video, I want to show you how it works because it's very powerful and it solves that massive problem. So let's talk a little bit about the problem here. Now, AI agents have recently crossed a line where they've gone from answering questions to actually completing real-world tasks. Almost all of you probably have an AI agent running that's doing something on your computer, that's accessing the web, and at some point in time, you've definitely come across a situation where it needs access to something that you don't want to give it access to. It says, hey, I need to sign into this website. What's your password? Or what's the two-factor code? And we've all been told that it's very bad practice to paste that information directly into the AI chat. So that kind of leaves us with two solutions, right? First, we can take over manually, which obviously isn't ideal and slows down the task a ton. Or two, we can kind of blindly trust the AI model, hand it our credentials, and hope it doesn't do something wrong with that. We also have to hope we don't get hacked or that no one accesses our computer where all of this is in the session history. So the question really becomes, how does an AI agent get past the login screen without ever holding on to your password? And that's what I'm going to show you how to solve right now. Now, the answer to this question is one password for Claude. This is a new connector / integration that's been set up, and it solves exactly this problem. It lets Claude handle all of the agentic work, while one password handles all of the security, authentication, and securely passing the credentials to the correct places. Claude never sees your vault, it never accesses your password, it can't view what the values actually are, it can simply ask one password to fill them in whenever you give it explicit permission to do so. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how this works and how you can set it up, but it's great, it's super smooth, and I want to give a massive shout out to 1Password for sponsoring this video. Now let's get into it and let me show you how you can use this to solve one of the biggest problems with AI agents. So there is a little bit of setup here in order to get this to work. Now, at the moment, this is only available for Mac, but I believe soon they will release it for other platforms. You're also going to need a 1Password account already. You can create one from the link in the description. I'll leave it there. And you'll need to have a business, family, or individual plan. From there, what you'll need is the 1Password desktop application, the 1Password browser extension, the Claude desktop application, and Claude in Chrome browser extension. So I'll go through each of them one by one and leave links in the description if you want to download them. Now, for the desktop application, let me just open it up. It will look something like this. You can download it directly on Mac, and you'll do this from 1Password's website rather than doing it from the App Store. Now, next, you're going to need the 1Password browser extension. It looks just like this. Again, I'll leave a link to it in the description. Once you have that, you can sign in and open it up directly in the browser. You'll see it looks just like this. Next, let's go to the next requirements. You're going to need the Claude desktop application. As you can see, I have that open right here. And currently, this just works in the chat window, so it doesn't work in Claude Code or Cowork. But again, I'm sure they're going to release that in the future. Then you're going to need the Claude in Chrome browser extension. This is so Claude can actually manage your browser. So from here, you'll see that I've downloaded this Claude in Chrome. You'll see this button appears. And when you press the button, it's going to open this in the right-hand side. If it's your first time with this extension, just make sure you accept the terms and sign into your Claude account, and that way you'll have everything connected. Just make sure you're signed in, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go to Claude here. You're going to go to Customize. From Customize, you're going to go over to the connectors. From the connectors, you should search for 1Password, and then simply press Connect. Once you connect it, you'll be good to go, and now anytime you ask Claude to do something that requires using something from your 1Password vault, it will ask you permission, and it will be able to do that. So that's the setup. Now let me show you some demos of how this actually works. So for the first demo, I'm going to ask it to do something simple. I want it to open up my Emirates account and just tell me what flights I have coming up. Now this is something that requires login. I'm not currently logged into my account in the browser, so we'll see how it handles that using 1Password. Hey, can you open up my Emirates account and tell me what flights I have coming up in the next few weeks? Perfect. Let's press enter and let's see what we get. So you can see right away that it requests the credentials and it pops open this window right here. It shows me exactly what items it actually wants from my vault. If it's multiple, they'll be there and I can select them and check them off as you see. Now this is the agentic mode inside of 1Password. Again, it's the new feature that allows it to connect directly with Claude. Now, once I accept this, one thing to keep in mind is the model will never see these credentials. It's simply going to allow the browser to automatically autofill these using the agentic mode from 1Password. So anyways, let me press on this and approve, and now it's got the credentials. And if we go over to the browser tab, we should see it here actually go and sign into my account. So we can see that it's navigated here to the login page, and now it should get my credentials and fill them in. Okay, so it was able to find my information here. Now, just because I don't want to leak all of my information, I told it to anonymize the booking codes, but you can see I have a flight going to Venice in just a few days. I have Toronto, family, Bali, whatever, you get this stuff, all of my bookings within my Emirates account. Now, the only reason it was able to do this is because I was able to use that 1Password integration where I could actually go fill in that info without me having to manually do anything. Now, let's have a look at a few more demos. Okay, so I've got another prompt I'm writing here. This is related to an affiliate account that I have. Same thing, I have my credentials inside of 1Password. So I'm going to go ahead and press on enter. And what this should do is sign into my Impact affiliate account, where it's going to be able to go and pull some different conversion metrics for me, which normally is a huge pain and I'm checking manually all of the time. But now if it requests the credentials, yes, let's accept it. We should be able to allow it to do this and be good to go. Okay, so I've just approved the request. Now you can see it was navigating, it filled in the credentials, and then it's brought me to the account. I don't want to show you the info there, so let's wait for it to give us the response. So same thing, I just told it to anonymize the results a little bit, but you can see we get all of the answers here that are directly from the site, where I get the conversions, info, amounts, whatever, all of the vid shared IDs. You guys get the idea, and this happened automatically without me really needing to do anything. So hopefully at this point you understand how this works. This really goes from giving your agent a master password to actually just allowing them to ask permission for the few credentials that they'll need to use. And again, I want to be really precise, the agent never sees your password. It doesn't see the keys, it can't read anything in your vault, it's simply requesting that the 1Password extension fills it in automatically for it. So yes, it will be in a logged in session afterwards, but it doesn't have the actual credentials, which means obviously you can always change them, revoke them, remove the integration, whatever. You're not handing over some master key to some third-party model provider. Now, I won't lie here, this stuff is still in early development. As you saw, there's a few setup steps. It's only working on Mac, but I do know from their team that they're going to be releasing a lot more features soon. For example, soon they'll have social login, which means you can have Google, Facebook, GitHub, whatever, right? You can sign in with those different providers, and you don't need to make a new account every single time you want the agent to sign into something. It can just use your existing social provider login, which is going to be super cool. Anyways, guys, that's all that I had for you here. Want to share this because I know a lot of you will find value in it. Let me know how you're using it and any cool tools and automations that you've set up, and I will see you in another video.